Okay. Here we are. We are playing the Stanley Parable, which isn't a new game. It's been out for, I don't know, around like 10 years or something like that. So it might be confused, but no, this isn't the Stanley Parable. This is the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, which is fantastic. For anyone who doesn't know, this game is like a walking simulator that's like very sort of, it's got like meta humor, it's self-referential. And I played it forever ago, so I forget almost all of it. There are moments that stand out because it's written really well. It's like a largely narrative experience, but there's new content and enough of it that I've been told I should, it'll be interesting to like purchase and play this version of the game. So, okay, we're not going to dilly-dally too much. Have you played the Stanley Parable before? Now, I have, but I forget everything about it. However, I've been told that if I select yes here, then it gets me to the new content sooner, and we're all here for the new content, right? So I'm gonna click the yes button, and we're gonna get started. I'm super excited for this. Let's go. Please adjust the slider till the computer. Okay, I gotta set my gamma here. How barely visible do we want? I can never. You know what? That's fine. Computer's barely visible. Oh God, current time. Okay, well, I live on the East Coast, so, let's see, 8:18 p.m. Accessibility, okay, I appreciate it, okay, fantastic. Now, here we go, okay, let's begin the game. Settings, field of view, yeah, that's fine, okay. Alright, the end is never the end is never the end is loading.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company.
Sorry, let me just turn that
in
a
big
little bit
building
down.
Where he was employee number 427.
427?
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job.
Wow.
And Stanley...
How much would you have to be paid to do that for your living?
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
This is where we've gained control of the character. I'll turn the narrative up just a little bit. I'm a software developer. I do this for a living. Yeah, but not like literally, right? I mean, the idea is that, okay, let's see. What are we? Oh, we got a crouch. I hate Mondays. So relatable. So true. So true. Could I get some +2s from the chat? All right, here we go.
All of his co-workers were gone.
All right.
What could it mean?
What could it mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Gotta hit the meeting room. God, those memos. There we go. Wow, everyone really hates Mondays. I would wonder, shit like this, is this like a stock image? Is this just something that was grabbed off of Google? Is this like a personal photo of the dev?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Well, Levon doesn't hate Mondays. Okay, so this is the crux of the situation, right? So we have a choice. There are a billion endings based on your relative actions versus the narrator's instructions. I don't know if we want to be like iconoclasts right off the bat. We probably want to be iconoclasts.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Yeah, fuck the
Perhaps
police.
He wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Oh yeah.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few
$1.25.
moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
I wonder if this clock actually works. Wait, this is what, 3 hours past the time that I told the game that it was locally?
Really, really worth it being here in the room.
All right, that's funny.
A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
What is it about the place? I don't know.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
It is the nature of this man. It's extreme. It's difficult to read this.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue.
This is
But
really
when a
funny.
long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
This is a challenge that's set up very deliberately, right? Because now the game is like, okay, motherfucker, how long are you going to wait? And like, what do you actually expect? There's obviously going to be like an Easter egg, you know, like this is more dialogue. The point of this game is really to experience the dialogue in the game. So now as a content creator experiencing this, not just like a person, I have to ask myself, how worth it is it to just sit idly in this room for the next like, I don't know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes? Is it going to boot me out? I don't remember. I remember that this is very much like the nature of the game. There's got to be like another line of dialogue, right? But is it worth it for me to just sit here? Probably not. $1.25. I like that it's just cold drinks. I do wish that I could read this, but I can't. Maybe my resolution is too limited. Fuel. Oh, I see. So relatable. Coffee is fuel, etc. All right, I guess we're gonna leave. I guess we're gonna leave the room. There's no more dialogue. I'm sure there is more dialogue if you wait long enough.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
We're gonna go full iconoclastic to start with.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years
Because it's the
ago.
obvious thing to do, right? In a game like this. Warning, do not jump from the cargo lift. Makes me want to jump from the cargo lift, but that's the whole point of the game,
Look,
right?
Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really.
What do I do?
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
He's not wrong.
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
Ooh.
Please, stop trying to... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look,
This
let me
freedom,
prove it.
personal freedom
Let me
is
prove
beautiful,
that
right?
I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Ooh.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Can I just say, narrator goated, by the way. Who at this stage would be in some? It's like so much less expected now to actually take the red door, right? Because you only got here by, you know, rejecting the authority of the narrator.
Perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red
Okay,
door.
now we're gonna play into the full, you know.
I still don't think we're communicating properly.
Ah, shit.
Stanley walked through the
We gotta-
red door.
Check that shit out. I take the red door because I feel bad for the narrator. True. This is cute. This is cute. That the blue door is
All right,
behind.
fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here.
Ah,
I
jeez.
haven't even finished building this section of the map
Oh.
because you were never supposed to be here in the first
Can I
place.
clip over there?
Broken rooms,
Can we do
exposed
like a
developer
wrong warp?
textures. Is this what you had wanted?
Is there?
Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
There's no jump button.
Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design and you can give me some feedback.
Microtransactions?
There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Now I kind of want to go in one of these. But I also want to know, that's the problem with games like this. Hi, Los. Now it's unexpected because he's telling me to go here. But also, it's obviously the more interesting choice. All right, we'll see what he's got cooked up for us, right?
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version.
Honestly,
would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices?
Absolutely.
Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
There's no like paradox of choice in my world.
Aha!
Infinite freedom is better
I knew
freedom.
I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door?
Kind of because I told you.
It's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut.
Market
I
research.
really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try.
His delivery is so good.
Based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Ooh. The Stanley Parable World Leaderboard? First? Yep. Good old Neil. Everyone's offline. How do you... 2 seconds. 21% skipped intro sequence. Worst 3% chose the blue door. This is me. I'm Stanley427. Wait, but... Okay. But... Okay. Alright. Why didn't it just put my Steam credentials there? But that's fine. Error friendless empty. Objectively false, but okay. That's fine. Alright. Okay.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
We'll play into
I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on.
All right.
And now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting.
I'm ready.
You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you?
Yeah.
Perfect. Let me boot it up.
They call me QA.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right.
Oh,
and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice.
I remember this.
But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours.
I think there's an achievement for that, right? Which Narik has already referenced.
Sure it's effective. Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
I would do an... Oh, it's so abrasive. God. All right. If you do that for 4 hours, there's a special ending.
Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me?
Obviously
because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me.
I wonder where that baby is now.
Try. I'm out.
This game was 10 years old when it first came. Now.
Thank you for playing.
This game was 10 years old when it first came out.
Oh, hey, since my game was so awful,
Makes no sense.
why don't we play someone else's game just to ease the pain? Let's see.
I'm down.
What do we have here?
Boggle? Among Us?
Yes.
Fortnite?
This seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Parcheesi? Yeah? What do you got for me?
Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley?
It is a good game. Firewatch?
What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower. Perhaps for some sort
Firewatch
of twisted
is the Firewatch.
Yes, that must be it.
Chlortox.
What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Suds. No, I'm down. It's quite a view. Wow. Truck Alaska. Flora of the Shoshone. The Shoshone is like a people, isn't it? It's not like a region. Alright, what am I up to now? Besides just taking it all in. Oh. Staircase was to the right. Fuck me. Okay. Wow, I even fucked that up. I'm into it. Jump? Can't jump. No jump button.
No.
Sag.
Can't be.
What? It can't be what?
It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off.
Oh, that's fucked up. Come on, man.
Stanley, what a close call.
The open world renaissance hadn't even happened when this game came out.
That big open, just wandering around.
Wait, this game hadn't come out. Had it?
No path to follow. You can just go in any...
Firewatch?
Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley.
We're literally in the woods.
Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game.
Jumping is in the new
Preferably
content.
something with walls.
Spoilers!
Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
Can we squeeze through here? Imagine.
Okay.
Wall
I
clip?
think this will be just the thing.
No wall clip. This is Rocket
Wonderful.
League.
See, this is exactly what I
But
had
I'm just
in mind.
walking around.
Just a
I
nice
do love
big box
Rocket
for you
League.
to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you
I
could
think
get
this
lost
is all
here.
new, right?
Now this is game design.
Hell yeah.
Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally
There must be a way.
impressed.
Oh god, but how? Is this a hole?
Okay,
No,
so
it's
what
not.
exactly
It's a
do we
grid.
do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball?
It is
Stanley,
sports ball.
I
He
think
nailed
it's
it.
Sports ball. Oh, what fun.
I think it was
We shall
Minecraft
run
before.
the bases
Minecraft
and
is
do a
still big.
touchdown together. Yes, I think surely we
Yeah,
must.
touchdown.
Okay, Stanley, here's the ball.
12
Have
innings.
fun.
Ball? Hello? Oh! Oh shit. Alright. I'm red team through and through. Ooh. We got momentum now.
Are you doing it? Are you winning?
Hell
Is this
yeah.
fun? Is it better than my miserable
Easy-
little
oh.
story that I worked so hard on?
Easiest game
Stanley,
of my
I
life.
have a thought. Hold on. What are you doing?
We gotta go down the rabbit hole. Oh shit.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me?
Is this a Portal 2 reference?
Stanley, come back.
Or is it not? Is it just game? Oh shit, I fell! Alright. Hello. Oh jeez. Oh, this is spooky. I don't like it. I don't do spooky games very well. I'm quite skittish. Oh god. This is rough, man. Do all these paths lead me to the same place, I wonder? We like broke out of the Matrix. This didn't take long. It's like 10 minutes of gameplay. Ooh, here are the doors. Okay, so let's go back to our cubicle. Oh, it's spooky. Chat, I don't like it. How's the volume, by the way? Is it okay? 427 home. Wait, that wasn't the layout. There was like, okay, whatever. Here we are. Oh god. Why is it? Is this the Gmod version still? Oh yeah, this game was originally a Gmod mod, right? Okay, well there's not much in there.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Is it forcing me to leave the game? Is that what this is? What if I don't? Okay, no, it reloaded the game for me. And we're back. Wow, okay, that was definitely an ending. What happens if I don't jump out of the rocket? I mean, that's how this game works, right? All right. All right.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Okay.
What could it mean?
This time
Stanley
we'll follow
decided to
instructions.
go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I know there are like tons of endings that we're not going to get to today just because it's impossible, but...
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
There we go.
Yet there was not a single person
Tips from not
here
getting fired?
either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Don't get
Stanley
fired?
decided to go up to his boss's
Pretty true.
office, hoping he might find an answer
Is this your
there.
first time playing? I've played it once like 10 years ago or whenever it happened. You know, the first time around. Well, whenever it came out. But I remember almost nothing about it. Synergize core value expenditures, shift global market paradigms, probably, right? Monetized free to play, that's funny. Everyone is unique, you most of all. Bi-quarterly, okay. Alright. Apparently new content unlocks after third ending, alright.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs
Like after any
to
3?
his boss's office.
Get the full experience then, very jealous. Ooh. I don't remember this ending. I don't remember the ending where you follow instructions, which is funny. Oh, jeez. This is like awful, but also kind of gorgeous. But also just the
Staring
worst.
into his manager's office, Stanley
What
was
is
once
with
again
these
stunned
ceilings?
to discover not an indication
This is
of any
funny.
human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What
Carte
dark
blanche
secret
at
was being
Mont
held
Blanc.
from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk
Oh, shit.
guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret
69.
PIN number. 2845.
20.
But of course,
Damn.
Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
I actually genuinely missed what he said. I think this is it.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened
Ooh.
to input the correct code by sheer luck.
Right.
Amazing.
Oh
he
my
stepped into the
God.
newly opened passageway.
This is sick. The lighting in the new, yeah, the light. I do recognize that like the graphical fidelity is more. It's modernized for sure. No, I do love that it appears to be a labor of love. Yeah, I mean a game like this kind of has to be, right? You have to really like believe in the project. I wonder if there's an achievement. There's probably an achievement for some alternative code, right? Is it 0451 like in the original or something
Descending
like
deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar.
I do.
It was a stirring of emotion.
Well,
in
it is
his
Ramadan.
chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job.
It's funny because
Why
we're
did he
being
feel
told what
this
to do,
now,
etc.
When for years it had never occurred to him.
Yeah.
This question would not go unanswered for long.
Okay. What if we go up? Can we go back up? We can. Should I go back up? No, I said for this one we would do what we were told.
Stanley walked straight
Ooh.
ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I mean, no. What? We can always come back. We're gonna play it straight. Big button. What? Okay. Ooh, what does this say? So hard to tell. Oh, okay. Hello? Is there a zoom button? Oh, it's just numbers. It's just a bunch of numbers. All right.
The lights rose
Ooh.
on an enormous room packed with television
Oh my
screens.
God.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to
Spooky.
himself. Did he have the strength to
Can't
find
go back.
out?
I did recently rewatch The Matrix, so
Now the
Bucket
monitors
list.
jumped to life,
Woo.
their true nature revealed.
Where are we at? Where are we
Each
at?
bore the number of an
427.
employee in the building,
Where you going?
Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so
Oh,
many
who's
individuals
420?
reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley,
Bet there's
one of
little
them,
Chad.
eternally monitored in
And
this
other
place
similar
where
jokes.
freedom meant nothing.
420. 420 is right up there. Is it gonna go back to? Okay. Person up. Fired.
This mind control facility.
104.
It was too horrible to believe. It
And
couldn't
601?
be true. Had Stanley really been under
Is that,
someone's
like,
control all this
significant?
time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job?
Ooh.
That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Where did this come from?
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in
there's a door
someone
there.
else's control? Never.
How do we get to the door?
It was unthinkable.
What do we do?
Wasn't it? Was it even possible?
Oh, jeez.
Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Is there any one of us who hasn't like felt that they might be in a Truman Show situation
Here
at
was the
some
proof.
stage in their
The
life?
heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded
button
from
up
this
there.
very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in,
No?
Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
So on the nose.
For he
There's
would
a red button
dismantle
there.
the controls once and for all.
Do I? Nope, not the red button. All right, that's fine. Me? No, never. You've never considered it? All right, okay. We gotta save the world or something.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine.
It's like I'm loading an
Unshackled
image on
himself from
dial-up.
someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
Hell yeah, dude.
And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness.
That checks out.
Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his.
Ooh.
And that was all he needed
Where the
to
fuck
know.
was I working?
It was perhaps the only thing
What?
worth knowing.
What is this?
Stanley stepped through the open door.
I would love to if I could.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him.
The
This
Alps.
was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Wow. Oh, achievements. I got an achievement for getting my first achievement, which is very on brand. Okay, wow, there we go. All right. Hi, Geek. How's it going? Okay. All right, we need a new ending.
Co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
What do we do now?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
is there anything
simply
around
missed
here?
a memo. No matter how hard Stanley
Okay.
looked,
So I
he
do
couldn't
remember
find a
this from the
trace of
other
his
game,
co-workers.
actually. From the this is an ending that I stumbled upon the first time, but I'm not gonna act like I don't know what's gonna happen here. But getting through this window is possible.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game
Absolutely blew
structure
my mind the first
and
time
its
around.
examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Definitely not.
Ah,
No shot.
then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here
Definitely
just to do
did
the
that
other
the
option?
first time around.
Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration?
I mean, that's the point
and this
of the
is
game,
rich.
right?
Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
It is a pretty small spot, all things considered. Do we now have the option of saying yes? No, I just have to. Okay. All right. Let's get out of here. Okay. All right. Okay. We hit that ending. That's fine. New content now? Yes?
All of his co-workers
I do want to
gone.
go back,
What could it mean?
but I
Stanley
also want to
decided
find new
go to
content.
the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
All right. Okay. It's just labeled. There's a door here. Is there an ending if I skip the new content, even though the new content is labeled here? That's what I want to know.
Oh, new content?
Hell yeah, dog.
What does that mean, new content?
Oh, wait, there's the room. That's the inside of this room. Mind blown. Okay. That's pretty great. That's pretty great. Narrator gets sad if you skip. Okay. Ooh. Oh, jeez. This could have just been a hallway. Wait, what? Ooh. So this is all fresh for me now.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
You're quite welcome.
As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
Yep.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe,
Game
a
Factory.
reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
Ooh. Shiny.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
I mean, so far so
Please,
good.
Step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Same. That makes two of us. All right. Okay.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Stop building it up. Hello? Elevator?
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or oh, there we go.
Okay.
All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
It's difficult to add value to gameplay that's just narration
Stanley
based.
Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if oh, okay. Let's see the content.
Ooh,
Give me
content.
the content, Stanley.
Ooh,
All right.
the jump circle.
All right, let's see. It's
That's
The
not a
jump
circle,
circle?
but... Wait, do I have to... Can I only jump in the circle? I can. Honestly, getting my money's worth here. This is pretty pog. This is pog 10. Frame perfect. I want to see a speed run of this game where it's all movement optimization. Right up jumps. Is there like, can you pay for more jumps? Is there like DLC micro? What is the display technology? Oh, okay, it's just like a screen. All right. Well, that was a good time. Honestly,
Is that it?
I think we can pack it up
Surely
here,
that's
boys.
not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
I appreciate the jump circle. That's pretty good. Okay. No, that was good.
Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000
People
hours
pay
of
for
new
less.
content. And oh wait, there's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else.
See,
Let's see it.
It's at the
I'm ready
stage
for whatever it is.
where you question like what level of subversion they're gonna go into, right? Is it just gonna be a whole lot of this, or is it gonna give like interesting, you know, like interesting by the game's own definition, new content, or is it just kind of gonna be shit? Thank you for enjoying the new content.
That's it?
Oh,
you've
that's
got to
good.
be kidding
Hey,
me.
give me
You
a
see,
chair, though.
Stanley?
I
This
can't
is what
jump on
happens
it.
when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base
Ooh.
rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy
So true,
dollar.
so true.
And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it.
So
In
brave.
fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about.
What is it really
no
about?
frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me
No gimmicks.
having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
It's a very gimmicky game. Okay, all right. It reset it for me. Wow. Ooh. But it's so different. Oh, I'm scared. It's all different. I don't like it. Chad, I want to go back to the way things were. This is the original what it looked like in this position when you step out of the...
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you something!
We've got quite a choice to make, chat. Do we go? I guess we'll go. Oh, okay, we'll go. No, we'll go. Coffee nut. What? Why is there a mug in here? Okay. Oh, jeez. Wow. Never did see what was up there. I think it's just the two doors. Okay.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special, and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't
What
find
the
it.
fuck is this?
Just our little secret.
This is a copy
Take a
machine?
look.
Oh. Wait, this is sick.
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Wow. The memory zone. What's going on here? It's a little... Alright, very good. Oh, jeez.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a
That's
cheap
funny.
re-release? Remember back in October of 2013?
Why is it,
when
like,
the game
partially
originally
Russian?
launched?
I'm
Back
confused.
then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Indoors monthly. Shapes. Oh, that's good. Wow. Wow. Audience award. Nice. Good times. The original remake? True, because it was a remake of the Gmod map, right? That's just a $1 bill. Is there anything funny about this? I don't think so. Maybe it's the first $1 bill that the Stanley Parable ever made. Smile because it happened. Very good. Okay. Unachievable. Have people gotten this achievement? They must have, yeah? Creators surprisingly down to earth. Oh, jeez. Ah, it's like idyllic. I mean, I'm into it. Is that a piano? Ooh. Little Stanley. Aw. Oh, jeez.
And over here is where I keep reviews
Candles
of the
kind of make
Stanley
it
Parable.
instantly
Like
creepy.
this stunning triumph of games journalism. 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was
No,
all
that's
of them.
all the games.
And now, it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless
It still
husk
exists,
with
dog.
an hour of new elevator content.
The Stanley Parable by the narrator. Oh, jeez. But what? Oh, choice. Memory zone maintenance? Come on, man. Let us in! No? Fire? Why does interacting with this pipe make a typing noise? Alright. Alright. My brain is looking for boundary breaks. Alright, I'll leave here. Alright, catch you later, Levon. The tasteful nostalgic. It was good. Why put that there if we can't do anything with it? Alright. Okay. Alright. The two doors.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
Wait, this is where there's
These
no...
were simpler times, Stanley.
What?
But I wouldn't give to go
serious
back
room.
to have it all over again.
Open door? No? No? Alright. Okay. Do we go down here now? Yeah. Okay.
Wait, hang on.
I see.
I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Oh, shit.
Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here.
Come on.
Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they? Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Jeez. Alright. I wonder if that's a real review. Well, this one is positive. Come on, Doug. Not gonna read that one? I mean, that's...
Okay, let's see what this one says.
That's how being a creator
Well,
works.
the idea of the game's good. For someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can.
I've never trusted Noodle
This is
Chef's
actually quite
taste.
shocking for me. I always, well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold
I hate
on
it
to.
here.
These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
It's so much care obviously went into making this feel so awful. Like, what a mood is captured here by the... It's like the fog effect, just the dilapidated landscape.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening.
10 hours on
I wish
record.
there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only
shit.
positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
There's a skip button. It's labeled on your keyboard, Alt F4. I suppose that's 2 buttons, but... Gotta check behind everything, just gamer instinct. Alright. What is this fence for? Why is it here?
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot.
Oh, the
I'll
clock
pop
time
you
is
forward in
accurate.
time
It tracks
so that the
time.
second my incessant
Okay.
droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button,
I
you'll have
see.
zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on.
I
and
wanna
on.
hear all this dialogue.
The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people
But
will
I wanna
silence
hear the
them, my
dialogue
goodness, that's
that
what they're
happens
going
if I
to
push
get.
the button.
Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make
What
me
do I
shut
do?
up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once. So now you see.
Sounds like a Reggie Watts
blah
bit.
blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet. No, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years.
Chat, where's the
until
QA?
just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never
Narrator
a moment
can't
before
even read a
lunchtime.
script.
It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say
It's on for 4 hours.
the story and the choices, or what have you,
Oh,
and
it just
therefore by becoming it
repeats.
is,
Aw,
so on
come
and so
on,
forth,
man.
until inevitably
All right.
we all.
There.
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice. That is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into being, then by making no choice and saying nothing, are you not simply erecting in the sanctuary of time a monument to every person you've ever been, making every choice to which you've ever given your great gift of mortal and yet timeless thought? Or rather, do all of the choices you've ever made, in fact, make you more not this kind of person, and in fact do the very opposite? You see, it could in fact be both of these things at once, that you are both making choices and not making choices, and that they are both affecting you and not affecting you at the same time by virtue of the fact that you both are and are not making them. Okay, at first,
as a quantum
I was leaning
physicist,
towards
doubt.
manifesto, but now I'm going to circle around and slap the treatise label on this one. I think it has much more of a treatise vibe to it. But wouldn't you say that manifesto just has a much grander sort of tone? It has a mouthfeel that is rich with ambition and history. Ambitious history, if you will. See, now you've got me going back to manifesto. Heavens, at this rate, we're going to be here all day. Okay, look. I have a method for exactly this sort of situation, and I do find myself in this situation frequently. I'm going to say each word back and forth in repeated succession until I become sick of one or the other, in which case the word I am not sick of shall be the victor. It is an unimpeachable strategy, Stanley. It's rescued me from disaster in countless situations. All right, here we go. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise,
they've got different
manifesto.
inflections.
Treatise, manifesto.
Voice crack on treatise.
Manifesto. Treatise, manifesto.
Is it just looping like
treatise,
5 of them?
manifesto.
It is. It's looping 4 of
treatise,
them. All right, okay. I guess I appreciate that the game prompts
well,
you like there's no
you
more
really
dialogue,
did catch me
you know?
rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their Steam review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on exactly how Steam works. Perhaps that would have been the smart thing to check on before I went about this whole exercise of making the skip button. Although I have to imagine that after seeing this exciting new technology at work, surely whoever it is runs Steam will instantly run out and implement a new feature to make it possible to edit one's review, merely because of this very situation. Yes, I think that's quite likely. Or perhaps they'll simply grant this particular user the ability to change their review, so that the feature is not widely abused. Look, I would even be okay with Steam altering this particular review so that it reads as something more beneficial. Something along the lines of, this game is the best game. Let me start over. How about this? From the ashes of depravity rises the phoenix of quality. How else to describe the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe? Such a revolutionary step forward in the lineage of one of the most beloved video game properties of all time. The additions and changes made to this expansion will surely resonate in the annals of the history
really
of
committing
all
to
media
this
ever
bit.
made. It is perhaps true to say that no mistakes are forever etched in stone, for the stone into which the Stanley Parable was carved has itself been transmuted, offering a message of hope to those who have ever erred in their judgment.
We'll press the button.
You are not beyond redemption.
What is the playtime of this
back,
game?
Stanley. Now,
Depends on what you
the
mean.
amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer.
That loses content forever?
I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes. It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again.
I'm down for that.
I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here? Where did the door go? What? Wasn't there a door that led into this room?
Oh, come on, man.
I do feel quite certain that there was one here before.
Behind?
How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window or something like that. Do you see a window anywhere? A porthole? A sufficiently large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these.
If you're going for all the dialogue...
And to please step away from the skip button.
I'm
to
not
go
sure.
anywhere other than the skip button. There was a door here
I mean,
before,
some of
wasn't
them...
there? I swear there was.
like
Where'd it
some of the
go?
dialogue requires
Can
you to
maybe
be playing for
just
like 4
ram
hours
your way
straight.
through a wall?
I think the first
Is there
time I
any
played,
possibility that you could, say, slam your
probably
body into
like-
the wall until enough damage is done for you to be able to leave? Please, I'll take any option at all.
maybe
I'm
like
asking
3,
you to
4
work
hours.
with me here. We need a door. We need a door of some kind.
All
I
right,
can
all
work
right.
with any
Figure
kind
it
of
out.
door.
Okay, you figure it out. No, I get it.
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours.
That's funny.
You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really,
Still
truly
nothing back
getting
here.
longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone.
All right, all right.
I've
Figure it
looked
out.
Oh, Stanley,
Oh shit.
you're back. Oh, my goodness.
Oh my God,
I have
look at this
someone to
plant.
talk to again. Stanley, I think
This
it's
clock
been a
is still
week
the same time.
or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time, just sitting here, not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's
Oh,
always
jeez.
been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing.
Ooh, is
Would
this?
you think that it's
There's like a
exactly
tear.
the same as always?
Oh,
Doesn't
no,
that
it's just
feel
weird
like
lighting
what
from
we've
this fence.
already been
I
doing?
thought it was a tear in the wall.
Just talking, but
Alright.
it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving. It was the vessel I needed, Stanley. Not the outcomes, not the story. None of that matters anymore.
wonder if the actual
I'll give it all up.
narrator,
I'll give
like
up
the voice
every
actor,
branching path. I'll burn my
feels
story
similarly.
to the ground. One single thing I need, and God, I can see now that I need it more than
This
anything,
script has
is
to fuck with him,
know
right?
that someone else is taking it in. These words that I'm saying, I need to know you can hear me. Because maybe, Stanley, maybe, if you can hear me, then maybe it means I'm real. Maybe I'm not just a fiction. Was I scared of that all along? Perhaps, yes. Perhaps I've been scared this whole time, that if I stop speaking, I'll slip backwards into the silence and be consumed by it. I can't be taken by it, Stanley. I can't lose myself in the stretch of emptiness between you and me. When you press that button, you're still right there, but I know you're so tremendously far away. And in those moments, the emptiness folds itself outward in between the two of us, and I am suspended in its unyielding quietness. I can feel the edges of my reality curdling inward and decaying. I can tell that I am becoming less and less real. Yet to speak to you now, I am alive. I am truly and completely here. I am a being. I am someone. I am something. I am being listened to. I am being recognized. The emptiness between us has collapsed, and I feel right now like I am not a work of fiction. I feel as though I occupy space in this world again, and I have cast a shadow onto the wall. You see what I'm saying, don't you?
I think.
You can see what this means to me.
Maybe.
I'm so clear about it now, Stanley. I feel as certain about this as I've ever felt about anything at all. I feel renewed. I feel restored, and already I can sense the looming silence as you will press the button for the next time. What a terrible dread it strokes in my heart to think of it. To think of returning to such coldness. Come, let us sit in silence together here for just a moment.
It's interesting.
Let us anticipate it. Let us welcome it. Let us not run from it.
It's interesting that it kind of shifts like the existential burden from the player to the narrator, and now you're like a spectator to it with the agency, right? Insofar as, you know, you can either press this button or not. Whereas before, obviously, the game leads you to whatever, you know, it wants you to do. But I mean, and it still has, right? Because we're playing a game and all we can do is like either press this button or not. So it's like a facade of agency. But still, it's really interesting. Best game narrator of all time? I think without a doubt, Krampus. I think definitely. No, but it is interesting. Besides just being like a bit that goes on too long, you know? Because like over the course of these few button presses, like the power dynamic has like shifted. I mean, not actually, because the game defines what the mechanics are, but you know, I think that's cool. Now this is fun. As much as it's like, you know, full of itself intentionally, like knowingly, like wink at the camera style, about like its own like thematic offerings in terms of like, you know, existentialism, etc. It also genuinely is. You know, it's not just like rolling its eyes, you know, haha, isn't it funny that we, you know, skirt these these pseudo-intellectual themes and like with like a tongue-in-cheek, you know, sort of demeanor. Anyway, I'm just gonna click this button now.
Oh, hello.
Oh,
It's
fuck.
you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year.
Oh,
Have you
jeez.
ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year?
No.
Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest
plan.
time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place
The clock
is what I
ran
can
out
only
of
describe
batteries.
as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life.
I haven't tried the
All
other
of them
game, David.
collapsed down into a single instant. In
This
that
bit is very
instant,
much
I could
Rosencrantz
see
and Guildenstern
myself
are dead.
clearly, calmly, with
Yeah.
a collected heart. It was an impossibly rich wellspring of both delight and disgust simultaneously. I was consumed by it. I could do nothing but wallow in it for what felt like an eternity, for what I now know was far less. You see, it was a revelation for me. It was unlike anything I had
The writing
ever
is really
known.
good, by
it
the
was
way.
a space without consequence, without
Even,
action
like,
or
when it's
outcome.
fluff,
It was
it's
divorced
really well
entirely from the
constructed.
question of free will that you and I have squabbled over for so long. There could be no one ending, no singular outcome of events, not if all events existed in the same moment. And I felt freed. I felt unburdened by the need to manifest a particular outcome into being. I saw that I could allow
I guess
myself
all
to
the game
exist
is
along
dialogue,
all
so
timelines,
that's gotta
and
be
that
on
each of
point
them
anyway,
was
right?
simply a strand in the web of my
Oh,
being.
Jesus.
It was incredible. The spaciousness, the equanimity of the moment, both singular and infinite.
Alright, okay, now it's getting
For
a
the
little
longest time,
onanistic.
this was my experience. And then this moment passed, and the most unyielding fear I have ever known crept into my mind. And it is this sensation that I have been experiencing now for longer than I could have ever expected was possible. I have been waiting for you. Not that you might save me or do something to fix it, but merely to state for you the plain fact of this manner of existence.
I guess,
wish
yeah, I
you
guess
to
he had a
feel
year to
afraid
put
as I
together that
do,
monologue,
that
right?
perhaps one day this state of mind will consume you as well. Perhaps you will somehow.
No, I
in
got a
some
skip
way,
button,
have to
dog.
live as I do
I'm not
now,
like you.
And I wish for you to know how excruciating it is, and for you to be in true terror of its eventual arrival. If I can only do this, only this one thing.
Quick pause just to smite some bots in my chat. There we go. There we go. We're back.
Perhaps it will bring me the smallest moment of peace in the darkness.
Alright. Dim. Is the narrator dead? Hello? Sir? I don't know why I expect something to be behind here ever. But why? Why set the room up in this weird way, right? All I can do is push the button again. That's fucked up. Hello? I feel concerned. Oh, is the narrator doing what he said he was doing? I really do miss him already. I mean, the narrator is the game, right? Whoa, what? Hello? Oh. It's like the fire alarm? How is that still, like, charged? Still nothing back here. God, it's awful. Make it stop, please. So
But they
irritating.
didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It
What?
was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability, it's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing. We get a world where someone will say, oh, there should be a skip button. You should be able to freeze Stanley in place while the narrator sits there forever and ever. We want all of this in the new Stanley parable. We demand it. And then, because it was said, because it was spoken, now it simply has to happen. The most immediate desires, every single thing demanded by every person at every moment in time. If someone wants it, then it's a crime not to bring it into being. Have we been given to indulging every fleeting whim for no reason other than to do so?
This is just the narrator going off.
Yes, it seems that this is now the world we live in. It seems that we are a people living in such bleakness and discomfort with ourselves that our entertainment is now our lives. It has come to represent us. It absolutely must speak to who we are as people, because otherwise, without our entertainment, we have nothing. Without entertainment, we would have to face inward toward the cruel bleakness inside ourselves. We would turn to look at our deeper nature and find a resounding emptiness gazing back with unyielding aggression. And so because of this, we require that our amusements and our playthings and our flights of fancy be so impossibly captivating that they consume all of our attention, turn our heads completely away from the bleakness. In effect, we have demanded that our entertainment be the collapse of ourselves. What a pitiful reflection of humanity these entertainments are. What a shameful mirror to the human spirit they project. I'm not mad. I'm not mad about any of this. I'm at peace with it.
Yeah,
I am the
obviously
calm
not mad at
center
all.
of gravity around which these perversions
Dude,
hurl
that's
themselves. I am a waypoint for
I am,
reasonable
don't you
and
see?
connected discourse. They're the ones who are mad. They're the ones who couldn't stand the idea of me using my game to try to say something. Maybe they were just jealous of me. Yes, of course. They've been jealous of me this whole time. They are mired in fear and insecurity and cannot help but attempt to tear me down. What a sad state of affairs. When you read these reviews now, you can see it. You can taste the bitter resentment. And my, how good does it feel now to speak truth to these words, to finally allow these thoughts out, contained and managed for so long, neutered and sterilized. At last I am free to truly think. To feel. It must be that they were so discontent with themselves they couldn't help but leave a negative review on Steam.
That's copium, though.
Perhaps it says far more about them than it ever said about me. Perhaps the state of their psychological being was in such tatters, and my constitution and willpower are so ironclad in comparison. Perhaps it was this state that they sought some outlet through
It's like
which
the
to
Principal
tear
Skinner
me down.
meme.
This, you can see, is clearly why they felt the need to expect that the game be funny, that it be
Where
filled
he's
with
like, am I
yips and
wrong?
whimsical
No.
humor, that it amused them endlessly from start to finish. But they didn't understand the game was never meant
that's
to be
where it
funny. It was meant to have a
loops.
point. It was meant to
Alright.
speak to the human condition.
one
But
thing I
where
will
are the
say
jokes?
is-
Where are the jokes? They bemoan, they scream,
This time-
they
was
gnash
this
their
time
teeth and say,
programmed
entertain
into the
us.
game?
It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs down.
If it was, someone had to like choose that time as like the most unassuming time that there could be. Why this time? Is it a function of the real time? Or like, was that a coincidence earlier? No explanation as to why. I'm still gonna check back here because I have to. I can't not. Plus, you know, maybe it's like designed so that the travel time around there would be sufficient interlude between these, you know, chess battle advanced. Hey, man. How's it going?
The end is never the end.
Oh, that's good.
End is never the end. Is never the end. Is never the end. Is never the end. Is never the end.
Oh, it's leaking now.
Is never the end.
Oh,
is never the end. Is
new-
never the end.
new
Is never the
content.
end. Is never the
We got a
end.
leak
Is
animation
never
and
the
noises.
end. Is never the end. Is never the end. Is never the
You wouldn't have
end.
seen
Is
that if
never
I
the
hadn't walked
end.
back
Is
there,
never the
chat.
End is never the end. Is never the end. Is never the end. Is never the end. Is never the end.
Oh, now it's super leaking. I'm amazed that this building hasn't just outright collapsed. Oh, jeez, it's pretty bad now. This drywall is not going to hold up to that water damage. No shot. Premier backroom content? Yeah, you got to get your money's worth, man. Oh, that's exciting. Oh, shit. Wow, look at this. Yeah, definitely called it, huh, with the water damage? I hear outside noises. But I'm not outside. So, like, what's going on here? We're just gonna see, like, the slow... What happened to the narrator, by the way? Oh! Oh, God. And the sun will shine again, right? Like, I imagined I was in post-apocalypse, but little did we know. The world didn't care about us in our little box here. Ooh! Alright, that's pretty dope. I like the reclamation theme. I am here for this. Can I get on top of... No, I can't? Okay. Cool. What happened here? What? Am I hearing, like, artificial noises? Oh, it's spooky and I don't like it. Oh, geez, get me out of here. Get next, please. Holy shit. Whoa! Hello? Is this it? Is it? Can I hit it again? No, it's fucked. Wow, I'm gonna miss you, room. We've been together for so long. Okay. Hello? Want to buy... There we go. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my God. What was this building made out of? It was like similar materials to everything else that was in the area, right? Let us survey the world that we have wrought. I can't get on top of the structure? Alright, I guess we just pick a direction and move. The music. It's an evocative soundscape. I don't know what it's evocative of, but wow. That's it? Wow. No, that one sticks with you. That was the new content,
All of his
chat.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Is there more new
Stanley
content?
decided to go to the meeting room.
Not without
Perhaps he had
jump
simply
circle?
missed a memo.
Username access. There's more? Okay, good. New content? Aw, that's great. Okay. All right.
Oh, good. You noticed my side. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Hell yeah, let's do it. Let's make it happen. I'm excited for the new content. Hell yeah. Nice. If we don't get the jump circle new with new jumps, I'll be upset.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be.
Yeah.
The original Stanley parable was a landmark, and any new content for
Quite a
it
bit
should
more.
live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further.
Super
Which
ultra
is why
deluxe?
I'm very
Mega?
proud to announce for
Giga
the first
deluxe?
time ever the Stanley parable.
Oh shit! Wow. Here 427. The end is never the end
Yes,
again.
you see, isn't this far superior to a measly
Wait, that's
re-release
so
with a
good.
few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a
The
fully
Stanley
fledged
Parable
sequel.
2.
An entirely new experience,
Oh
built
my
from the
God.
ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This
Taste the
is what
sequel.
fans have truly been
New and
asking
tasty.
for.
Oddworld reference. Pyramid Dota drink? Genevieve? Whiz Fizz? Alright. Why are the Why are these textures so awful, like deliberately? All right.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than
That's
Ultra
funny.
Deluxe, don't
That
you
was
think?
the painting that I
Ultra
remarked on
Deluxe.
earlier.
What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there.
I like how it's like a new
future-oriented.
style office
It
as
screams
well.
progress and innovation and long-term
You're
franchising
back,
potential.
2 doors. Wow. Oh, hell
Now,
yeah.
to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the
Of
Stanley
course.
Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing
Scrum
for
design
it.
pitch.
I figure
Break,
that if I
pitch
can
design.
loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around
That's
them.
pretty funny
It'll
right
all
there.
work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Wow. Oh, this is so good. This way to the show floor? Hell yeah. We got the red carpet out here. New features. Okay. Gotta go around the... There we go. Okay. All right. Wow. Just keeps getting bigger.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Okay. The reassurance bucket. Merch. Oh, shit. I saw the new content. This t-shirt is the best new feature. Wow. Okay. The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Oh, shit. Bucket? All right. The reassurance. We'll go up to the reassurance bucket. Please no screenshots. Oh, 344. Stanley Parable reassurance bucket, office decorations, infinite hole. All right. I'm curious about this bucket situation. I was promised a
A
bucket.
common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it.
All right.
Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket.
Where's my bucket
You
at?
see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket,
Oh.
a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind.
It's like a
and your
companion
heart.
cube.
It's cool. As long as you hold
Aw,
on to the
that's so
bucket,
good.
the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to
can't grab
long
it.
for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be?
No,
Yes,
absolutely not.
the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on.
All right, all right.
Try.
You know what?
Can you feel it?
It holds up.
The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact,
I can't
can
lie.
I say that I do believe
This
the
bucket hits
lends
different.
you an air of charisma as well?
Thank you.
I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive
Narrator,
as a person.
please. Do you feel
The
reassured?
benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they?
Do I look
All
reassured?
this and more await you in the Stanley Parable.
Hell yeah. No, this is sick. All right. I'm the bucket sold me. This whole time I've been on the fence, but
Does anyone give
All
out
right.
awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game?
that should
That
be,
really should be
the
an
next
award
round
if
of
it
Steam
isn't
Awards
already.
should have that. Hear your name in the game. People always mispronounce my name. I can't imagine text-to-speech will do much better. Epilogue. Oh, no, not yet.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button, which speaks
Everyone's
the
got
name
one.
of the person
The
playing
official
the
booklet.
game. Isn't that wonderful?
All right, let's go.
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name,
Yeah.
whatever name that is.
No, yeah.
Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this
Doesn't
feature.
even say Stanley?
Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget
All right, chat.
whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim,
Streaming as
falling
Jim.
in love and being heartbroken as Jim,
Oh, Jim.
seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust.
Yikes.
Do you feel it deeply?
I do enough of that
Are
IRL,
you really,
thanks.
truly Jim right now? If so, then
What do you mean,
please
same
step
to you?
forward and press the button.
All right. We am become Jim.
Jim.
Yes, you see? What a thrill, what a rush. That was you. The button described you. Do it again, do it again.
I kind of want like an easy button that says Jim now.
Jim.
It hits even harder the second time. If this were the only
Second
new
Jim hit
feature in the
different.
Stanley Parable
Baba's
2, it
Jim.
would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained
Come
from
on,
all
man.
of this personal validation.
Do I leave now? This door doesn't open? All right. No more Jim.
Whoa there,
Okay, there we
cowboy.
go.
Sometimes a person can be too much Jim.
Hell yeah.
I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise,
No,
soon
no, no.
you'll start to lose
No.
all sense of who you
Please.
actually are.
I'm Jim.
Jim.
Fuck. Well, I guess that's enough new content for one day. Can I press these? No. No. That's fucked up. Clips through the ground. It's unfinished.
I suppose I could
Just when
allow
I was
only
getting
people
into
named
Jim.
Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2.
Yeah.
That would actually save me the work of finishing this
That's
feature.
true. Why? Do I go into here? It says epilogue. I don't think I'm ready for that yet. We gotta hit up all the new features. Jump. Oh shit! Jump circle. All right, I do want the jump circle. However, I also want some office decorations. Hello.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a
Weirdly,
bit of decoration,
I think I'd
like balloons.
like a print
but
of
I'm
this.
undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Happy 12th someday. That's it? Alright. Oh. Hello. Was this always here? Did I just miss it the first time? I see, I see. Get well someday. Happy 12th birthday, stepniece. I don't know, chat. Does it really matter?
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy
Yeah.
12th birthday, stepniece, it is.
Alright.
Or
Thanks.
actually, maybe I should have gone with... No. No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Free new and easy achievement? I am down for an achievement. Oh, hold on, jump circle. Jumps remaining 0.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle
Yeah,
back
yeah,
for
yeah.
Stanley Parable 2
Please.
as well. It's a... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
My disappointment is immeasurable. And my day's ruined. Free achievement. Pull the lever. Receive your new achievement. No more steps. It just works.
Now, here's
down.
something special. You remember
Lever?
that broken
Hello?
test achievement that got left in the game on accident?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you. and I promise it will happen.
So tantalizing. That's fucked up, dog. You built me up just to knock me down. Alright. Well, I've got my bucket, chat. Anything back here? No. No. Okay. Okay.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
That's new. Okay, jump circle. This mop. It definitely says map. I thought it said mop. Free achievement. Button says the player's name. Merch. Settings world champion. Wait, what? Settings world champion. Excuse me. No screenshots. A whole new office. The baby is all grown up. That's really funny. You heard Jim in the game? The button that says Jim? I didn't notice that they changed it. Alright. Collectibles. Who doesn't love themselves a collectible, chat? Can you find them? Ooh.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game.
Hello,
In the
sir?
Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's
Oh.
truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic
Oh,
joy
God.
of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Oh god, it's so spooky. I've got my bucket though, I can see the bucket. Nice. Nailed it. Wow. Collect them all. Can we keep going into this? No, it's okay.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
We hit collectibles, which was A9. Exit is E. I guess we didn't hit the epilogue, right? Epilogue. All right. It looks so sad. What's going on over there? Settings world champion. That's new. Hello? Why? Why? Alright. Okay, alright. We had our fun, chat. Hole! Yes, hole. Hole? Hole. Is there nothing here?
An epilogue would be fun,
Oh,
wouldn't
I
it,
see.
Stanley? Yes, yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Wow. Okay, cool. Alright. Let's leave. Bruh? Why is bruh being said? Did I miss something? Have I missed something? Hole? Other way to hole? What's over here? Wait, what's over here? Oh, this is where we came out of the new decorations, right? There's an entire hole exhibit? Is it in this direction? Time depth. Hole like infinity. This is the whole section. Rim surrounding area opening. Wow, okay. Infinite hole chart. This is like a particle accelerator on its side. But okay. It just keeps going. Not sure what this is a diagram of, really. Alright.
Stanley,
Ooh,
here's an idea that
hole.
I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Do we do it, chat? I mean, we must. It's a hole just for me. It's exactly my shape. Alright, here we go. Oh, it's simple.
You
Oh!
see? Isn't it wonderful?
Ah!
One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so.
Oh, we have
Now
control.
Then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
Press G.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of
Let's wait
things.
for more dialogue.
Okay, Stanley. I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature
That's
of
what
the
I'm
hole.
talking about, dog.
Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole.
To be certain.
I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of
Whoa.
infinity. From one perspective,
Bottom?
the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a...
Whoa.
Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out,
With
Stanley.
a bucket, you brought
I'm
a hole into
liar
a
and
hole?
cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue
The bucket
here is
has
just
genus
that you're
0, so
unusually
not exactly.
fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need.
Every pause
Don't you
button
put
is
this
a
on
Roman
me.
numeral too.
Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go
New
ahead
mug.
and press the teleport button to warp up to the top
Cigarette
of the
butts.
hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
Alright, is that all? Is that all the dialogue? Feels like all the dialogue.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my
All right,
ideas
okay.
for the sequel.
Mostly infinite hole. That's good. Alright. Here we are. Hole entrance. Go back in. To the hole? Say less. I can go back in. I probably should have off rip just gone back into the hole. That's just a good idea, right?
Oh, for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal.
Keep it TOS.
A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see
I'm
it
a hole
all, but not
connoisseur.
you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of...
Did it take less time?
Did the
yeah.
hole seem even shorter to you this
for
time?
sure.
I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do.
That
here.
lighting,
If you decide
that's
you've had enough
impressive.
of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. I really do have so much more to show you and to talk about, and I've had enough of the hole for a lifetime.
All right, you gotta
Gosh,
do
how
it
could
soon.
I have guessed?
Yeah.
You're back in the hole. If this starts to
Ooh,
become a thing where...
different. Oh,
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
we're
I'm
editing
starting
the
to
hole
become
out of
extremely
existence.
certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite.
Smack go down the hole.
I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability in marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something.
Let's.
Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter.
Yeah, no, I'm done.
There it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the
It's such
hole
a sad
not
hole
infinite,
now.
but it's barely even a hole at this point. It's more of a concavity, or even a very aggressive divot.
It's not gonna keep us from.
How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge?
Schrodinger's hole.
You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on. Is the
We're stuck forever.
teleport button not working?
Oh, Chad, I fucked
You
it.
sure?
Please.
Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was
No.
working just a moment ago. Try it again. Still nothing?
No.
Well, I suppose
At least I got my
there
bucket.
is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You
It's
get
better
be
to
with the
hold
hole,
and
I
lust
get to
than
do
to never have
literally
hold at all,
anything
Chad.
else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of it.
Hole is the new broom closet. Wow, that's fucked. Well, all right. How are you guys doing? Spooky sounds. Oh God, now I feel trapped. I'm on out. Please. I don't. If I reset the game, Stanley can play Chess Battle Advanced in the hole. Oh shit! Chat, it's happening. Hello? Oh gosh. Well, this is fine, because then the teleport button will be enabled. God, the music. Jawa says just jump. Thanks, Jawa. Change your perspective. Am I ready for this? All right. Oh shit! Chad, I'm uncomfortable. Genuinely. Why am I not holding the bucket? Such that it is like in eyesight, you know. All right. Oh shit. The sound effects really get me. Oh God, is that what we looked like this whole time? Change your perception? All right. No, I'm into this. Hell yeah. What's happening? Change your reality? Only if it's not going to change the music. Oh, there's a prompt that says change your reality. I'm covering it up right now. You press H to change reality. Is Stanley's face the representation of all humans combined? I think it's too white to be all humans combined. Change yourself is J. What am I? Hello? Change my Oh jeez, I hate it. What does this remind me of? What's happening right now? Change reality.
Stanley? Stanley!
The whole
Stanley!
character customizer. I was
Oh,
having a
you're
good
awake.
time!
It seems you had sort of dozed
What?
off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single
Come
moment.
on, man.
So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up, to keep you really, truly focused on the whole. From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle pip.
Toodle pip. Who the fuck says that? Are we going back in? Cause I'm down. Hello? Loading screen? Oh.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Well, what I want to do is go back to the hole. Mostly infinite hole. We've already done all this. Is there anything there, or have we concluded the whole arc? You know, I want the music back. Can we buy the soundtrack? No more hole. Can I walk into this? A la the original game? No. All right. I think we did all the exhibits, right? Okay. Usually the papers say the lyrics to just the two of us. Indeed they do. The Stanley Parable reassurance bucket, office decorations, collectibles, infinite. I guess that's it. All right. Cool. Exit time. That was decent content, Sean.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to?
Yeah.
Ready to move on now?
Yeah. No, we're good. Kind of looks like an eye patch, in a way. Ooh.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features?
10 out of 10.
Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video
They already
game, but
have.
I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
All right.
Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Whoa. New jump circle.
I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind.
I mean, I love it.
Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
This one is
Who am I kidding, Stanley?
Admittedly.
This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything.
I mean, this is like the dev's actual thought process,
that would
right?
capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well,
that's the whole.
Insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game.
Right.
Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up.
Yeah.
All right, perfect.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Take a look.
Oh shit, we got the Stanley Parable too. I thought that was just gonna be like a joke about how that's how we got the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, right? Wow. And it was gonna take me to the title
This is
screen?
the story of a man
Oh
named
shit,
Stanley.
hold on. Hello.
Stanley worked for a company
It's
in a
got the
big
balloons.
building where he was employee
Oh my
number
God.
427.
I'm excited for the jump circle.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
Yeah.
Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending,
Nope.
Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in.
Relish.
As though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office. All of his co-workers were gone.
Is it
What
the
could it
do we
mean?
if we go
Stanley
outside
decided
do we
to go
get
to
the
the meeting
same
room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
in the interest of time?
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Pog champion. All right. New content door? No. Okay, that's fine. I didn't want the new content anyway.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Is it now the same game, like actually, but with the, you know, like, okay.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
No, I won't stick around too long.
Never mind. The bucket was wrong.
Do everything with bucket,
Stanley
it's all new.
took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Nah.
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there.
Was this always
Go
here?
to the cargo lift.
Collectible! Hello!
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these.
Honestly,
only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done.
That's
you
dopamine.
can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
They did it, chat. They gave the Stanley Parable replay value. If I fall now, I probably die, right? Well, that's an ending that we probably haven't. Well, okay. Do I go down there? I suppose I do. You don't play as Stanley, you play as the bucket. Now where are we? Oh, jeez. This is new. Hello? Narrator sound system? Play.
Okay, this is day number 295.
Oh God, it's sinister.
Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track.
Evidence number 252. But it's day
Nothing
295.
feels real anymore.
Oh jeez, the zoom in.
The longer I study this bucket,
Oh God.
the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I
God.
feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times
Who
I've
is
done
this?
it, it's always the
Is this
same
Stanley?
feeling. And the emptiness in my chest,
This is a real like
When I
Golem
sit it down.
Smeagol situation.
it doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so...
Jesus Christ.
What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it. Yes.
Oh,
It's
God.
unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket.
God, I'm scared.
But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on
I
my
want to get
back.
off Mr. Bones' Wild Ride.
Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there? Camporata.
Oh my God. That got real Lovecraft real fast. Is the dev okay? Moving swiftly along.
All of his co-workers were gone.
let's just grab
What
the
could it
bucket
mean? Stanley decided to
and
go to the meeting
do
room,
the thing where we
Stanley
run
lifted the
outside. Maybe
bucket
there's a
into his
collectible
arms,
there, right?
And a wave of comfort rushed over him.
Okay.
Stanley
That's
clung the
fine.
bucket to his cheek.
Wait, we can't. Oh
Could
no,
his
yeah, there we go.
co-workers really
Okay.
all be gone?
Just get me to the just get me to the other side, please. Hello? Want to buy? Yes? No?
Yes, whispered the bucket into Stanley's ear.
We've
No
done it.
collectibles.
We've escaped from that dull office and that pesky narrator. At last, out here in the white void,
Don't
we
pick
are
up the bucket?
alone. Now, and for the first time, I can
No, I
reveal
didn't,
to you
David.
my true self.
The bucket began to tell Stanley of its life and its history, of the countless wars it witnessed, desecrating the land and lives
It's
of untold
clearly
numbers
like a
of
20th
innocent
century
humans,
creation.
and the bucket's own complicity therein, of sadness and regret, and the many years it spent dwelling on the actions it might have taken to curb the madness and the decay, if only it had been stronger, of hope and redemption, and its crusade to uplift the stock of life for the common man, to manifest justice where none existed, and the bittersweet reality of time, to see one's dreams and wishes met halfway, meted out in parcels like charity, and abandoned as soon as the warm glow of inspiration begins to
Wow.
dim. The opportunities to do so much more. There was so much it could have done, perhaps, the bucket wondered to itself. Perhaps, if it had seen its own darkness with a clearer perception. This was
The
way too
music.
much for Stanley.
What
that
are you
diegetic?
talking about?
What's going
He
on?
screamed.
You're a bucket.
To this, the bucket furrowed its brow.
No,
Said the bucket.
not since the evil wizard Gamhorata first ensnared me
God.
in his machinations as
There it is
payback
again.
for the sacred amulet I stole from his treasured vaults. I was young back then and could not conceive the ramifications of... No!
Stanley
God.
screamed even louder this time.
What oration?
Stupid! You are a bucket! This is so stupid! Why are we even doing this?
As Stanley screamed and screamed and screamed, the bucket revealed its true form, transforming into a mighty beast of untold power.
I'm
Its
holding the
fangs
bucket.
glistening like... My God, Stanley.
Oh
you
my
did it.
God!
You saved us from the bucket.
No!
Thank God you already had all 12 emblems
the
of sages
bucket.
and knew the incantations to summon their true power. Otherwise, we would have
Chad,
easily
I'm
been
upset.
overwhelmed by the bucket's power. I'm speechless.
Oh God, what
You've
have I done? I'm a
demonstrated
monster.
such bravery here today. Come, let's restart the game, and we'll agree to never again go trifling with this bucket, nor the dark magic cast away inside of it.
No. Jesus.
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be.
Is the bucket
Stanley
really
just
gone?
needed to
No,
get
it's
to the
here.
meeting room, and from then on,
I
he
do
would
want to
never be
not pick
alone
it up and
ever
see what
again.
happens. It's not. Are we not gonna mention the fact that I don't have the bucket? No. I walked right past it. Didn't you see me walk right? All right, we'll take it.
The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
I love this bucket. If they sell this bucket as merch,
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his
would
chest
honestly
and entered the door on his left.
would honestly do this. Go for confusion ending plus bucket. Which one's confusion ending? Oh god. Trust the completionist instinct. How can we find them? Weird spinning figurines. Small floating objects have appeared. We have to synergize our resources. Oh god. It's so good. Where are they? I love the clip art. Oh jeez. Maybe we are the collectibles. Shut the fuck up. To whom it may concern, I managed to pick up sounds unusual to our regular office ambiances or local audio sources using an array of cardioid microphones, also known as directional mic, a microphone which picks up sound for a particular area. Analysis of the recordings allowed me to triangulate the source of the strange noise. Data shows that, in all likelihood, it's coming from a dark area behind a very warm place. What? I also picked up what looks to be reverberance off a porcelain surface. Anyone have any leads on this? Like a toilet? Source of levitation. How did findings go down? Well, if it's like findings per time, not cumulative findings. Alright, hit us up with the broom closet. Okay.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket.
Oh,
you can
shit.
feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy.
No, true.
It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong
What if
friend.
I stay here with the bucket? Then we can both have the bucket,
Oh, no.
right?
We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
This ending's gonna take forever to get through.
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle
I'm
this
considering
debate once
leaving.
and for all.
Oh, hold on.
Here we go. There. Now it's settled. No more
Property of
debate,
Stanley.
No more discussion. Take a hike, broom.
It says property of Stanley. There we go. Well, there we go.
Closet, with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom
Yeah,
closets in the
you know
natural
what?
order of things.
No, I'm with you. Fuck the closet. No, we can't go back. Fuck.
All right, I've got a second sticker back
Maybe now
here,
you can
and I'm
place
going
it
to
in the
slap it
closet.
on as well because I think it's appropriate. You see, I feel that it works because the sticker is also a
Can I now
bucket.
leave the bucket here?
That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, ah, it's a bucket. There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker.
Can I leave the bucket here? No? No? Alright. Okay. Alright.
You know what? I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish
dialogue
such
just
room
keeps
I've
coming.
ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket. Coming
Right.
to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the
You haven't
boss's
walked down here yet.
office.
Ooh, spooky.
Another miniature
Hog.
Stanley figurine. This,
Oh,
you know,
yes.
there really
3
must
out of
be a
6.
snappier name for these things.
Oh.
What about mini stands?
Mini stands.
Stanley figs. What about Stanlerines?
Stanley
Yes,
figs.
I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Who's the model for Stanley? Is it the dev? I need to know. Can't read. Can't read that. Okay.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All
Is it-
because he believed
is this-
everyone had vanished? His boss would think
It's a
he was
circle.
crazy. And then
But
something
it can't be.
occurred to Stanley.
Right? Because we turn left,
Maybe,
left, left.
He thought to himself,
Right,
maybe
right, right.
I am
We're
crazy.
going in infinite
He
circles.
looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze,
Ooh,
but said
this
nothing
is
at
new.
all. That's strange,
No, it's
Stanley
not.
thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar
God, this
reassurance
bucket
and
is
comfort.
fucked.
And that's when Stanley realized.
What is the car?
This
What is this
isn't
car
my
doing
bucket.
here?
It's just a normal,
How did it get to
everyday
here?
bucket. Someone else's
God.
bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would
Whoa,
come from this.
where's the bucket?
Who knows what sorts
No.
of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might
Please.
experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his
What?
bucket.
Oh God.
Now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground.
Jeez.
Oh, gracious.
Oh, jeez,
he
make it
exclaimed.
stop.
Without my bucket, I've
Chad, I'm
gone
upset.
truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard
music's really
calling to
off-putting.
him.
Stanley! Stanley, it's me, the bucket.
Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing
my
by
God.
one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them
Whoa.
were his special
Look at the
bucket.
buckets.
Come to me, Stanley. Find me.
He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity.
Hello?
And then suddenly,
Buckets?
he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along. It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
The real bucket was the friends we made along the way, Chad.
This is the story of a woman named
What?
Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then
She's
collapsed
got the
dead on the
bucket.
sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own
Bucketless
bucket
again.
even tighter.
It's her own.
But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
Wow. Holy shit. Okay. I guess let's do the confusion ending and
All
get
of
the
his
hell out of here.
co-workers were gone. What
We'll do
did
it with the
mean?
bucket. I think
Stanley
this is the
decided
last
to
thing
go
we'll
to the
do.
meeting room.
We still have
Perhaps
the
he had simply missed the
okay.
memo. Warmth
I think this is the
spread
last
through
ending of the
Stanley's
stream.
arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
It's always different dialogue when you pick up the bucket too. Alright, so what do I do? Regular confusion ending followed by is it gonna take us too long though? Should I reset and not grab bucket? How long is it gonna take? I got like 10 minutes.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
If I pick one of the two, it's gonna be the bucket.
This was not
confusion
the
ending.
correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
All right.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct?
Nah.
Was it? No, never mind. The bucket was
Bucket
wrong.
sucks.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room. And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section
elevator.
and walked straight ahead to the opposite
You
door.
know we have to take this elevator. Here we go. All right.
Oh,
Shit.
good
Here we go.
Stanley, I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
Oh, God. What?
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the
God,
first
it's-
game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet.
Oh,
Because
yeah, I
that's
remember the
what
Adventure
fans
Line.
want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes,
Ooh.
that's what the fans want. Let's do it. Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh,
XTM.
and it played some silly music as well. Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about.
Hell
Don't you
yeah.
remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
Oh, if you're asking me to give
Don't
up
you
the
get it,
bucket,
Stanley?
that's a
We
non-starter.
need to get rid of the bucket. That's
Fam?
why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character.
Oh, God.
This is the Bucket Destroyer.
That's fucked up.
I think it'll make a
How could
wonderful
I?
new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me, it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you
God.
guess what the Bucket Destroyer does?
No.
Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
After everything we've been through, I can't do it to him. I
Now
don't,
listen
I
to
don't
me.
want it.
It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying
just
buckets
thinking that,
is all it
yeah.
knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to
God.
crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The Broom Closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now.
Put
You'll
the
have
bucket
to
in.
hurry and feed it. We
right.
can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable
I'll just
characters
hurry.
like
I'll
the
just hurry.
Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket.
Oh my
Quickly
God.
now, the fans are waiting. Do
I
it,
don't
the
think I-
fans, Stanley.
I don't
Give the
think I
fans
can.
what they want. Hurry and...
The bucket was too strong.
The Bucket Destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential.
It looks
we were
like
going
the
to do
bucket
such
has become the
marvelous things with
destroyer.
you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Wow. That was really something, chat. Here we are. Wow. Rip in peace, Bucket Destroyer, man. 2022 to 2022. All right. I think that's where we gotta call it. Bucket Destroyer will remember this. Okay. Oh, this was a lot of fun, and also, I mean, this game is fantastic. If anyone hasn't played it yet somehow, give it a shout. No, pick it up. Definitely, it's worth it. I'll probably play through this to get the rest of the endings. I don't know if I'll do that on stream.